Well, at least 34 people are dead in the United States in the aftermath of a major winter storm as Arctic weather conditions have gripped dozens of states. More than 500,000 U.S. households are still without power, and Tennessee continues to see the most service disruptions. A power outage tracker showing at least 146,000 homes across Tennessee are without power. That includes at least 112,000 outages in Nashville, where utility crews are working around the clock to restore power. Well, let's go live now to Patrick Sheehan, director of the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency, known as TEMA, joining us today from Nashville. Thank you so much for being with us. A big job on your hands. Just talk us through what crews are working on.
Yeah, our friends at the Tennessee Department of Transportation and have been working 24/7 since before this winter weather reached us. And the linemen and the utility workers were pre-positioned before the weather had got here, and they've been working around the clock, and we've been working together to get additional resources here so that power can be restored as quickly as possible across these areas that are still so significantly impacted. And you just said 147,000 or so without power at this time. That's down from a peak of more than 360,000 as the weather first got to us.
So still a huge number of people who've now been without power for days. Is there any indication of when the lights might come back on?
They're coming back on quickly. For some people, though, that are in more rural areas, it may be closer to a week before some of them can get power. Our communities have been opening warming centers and shelters. There's 116 of them open across the impacted areas as of today. County emergency management agencies and local first responders are working to help people that are having difficulty getting there, to be able to reach warmth and to be able to charge their electronics. So it's a whole community effort where people are trying to make sure that we're taking care of our neighbors.
Now, you mentioned trying to get in additional resources to help with this response. Just give us a sense of what is needed most badly at this moment.
The cleanup to be able to access. So the electrical companies are trying to access some areas that are still very hard hit. Thousands of trees down across roads, power lines down across roads. So working with the Tennessee Department of Transportation to help access areas, working with county highway departments so that they can increase access to these communities and help these linemen get there. So we're bringing in a couple of federal teams to help with clearing debris, vegetative debris, so that these utility trucks can get to the places that can help restore power the fastest. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is moving that way, as well as the Tennessee Division of Forestry, the National Guard, and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency, all moving resources to help get this vegetative debris out of the way so that utility workers can restore power and the highway departments can get roads reopened.
So at this stage, it really is just about getting access even to those places that will need some repairs. And also, I know you're not out of the woods with the cold at all. We're seeing absolutely freezing temperatures, or well below freezing, actually, I should say. How is that complicating the response?
It certainly is. It makes it more dangerous. And so we've been encouraging people to take action, to take advantage of the shelters that are open where they are, rather than trying to ride it out in their homes. But if they are going to stay home, to make sure they're dripping their pipes or shutting their water off at the curb so that they're not having future problems once we begin to thaw out again.
And what about for people who are in more remote parts of the state where help hasn't really been able to reach them yet? What would you suggest neighbors do to help each other out?
Well, we encourage everyone. Tennesseans are great about this already, and the governor certainly shared this a lot, but Tennesseans, check on your neighbors, and they're great about that every day. So checking on your neighbors, making sure that you're sharing resources. If you have power on, inviting them over into your home, or helping them get to the shelter, warming shelters that are open in so many places in the state. And if you're having difficulty getting around, again, our county emergency managers and our first response partners are out there right now helping to move people.
Well, Patrick, thank you so much for speaking with us during this very busy time. Patrick Sheehan there.
Thank you.